up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another history reaction. That is right, last week we reacted to OverSimplified on a Wednesday night and then did something else history related Thursday morning, and we are keeping that trend going. Last night again we started OverSimplified's The Russian Revolution, and today we're going back to one that you've been requesting for a hot minute, and that is Bill Wurtz' History of Japan. We already checked out his history of the world, I guess, was absolutely amazing and beautifully done. I'm beyond hyped for this, but before we jump in this video, make sure you show Bill Wurtz some love by subscribing to their channel. And if you enjoyed my reaction, smash that subscribe button because it greatly helps. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. Okay, hey, and make sure you let me know in the comments some other history channels you'd like to see me react to. We are in this history rabbit hole, chat.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful. In the year negative a billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year negative 40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walk to it.
Oh, used to be a whole little land bridge there. Call that the land bridge.
Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees because it's warmer. So now there's people on the island. They're basically sort of hanging out in between the mountains, eating nuts off trees and using the latest technology, like stones and bowls. Ding dong is the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really quickly.
Lots and lots of rice. I mean, you know, you got some sushi, you got a little rice wrapped around sticky rice. Oh man, dude. I might actually have to get some sushi for lunch. Love some sushi. I sound like an idiot.
That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, and here.
Is this the infamous rice line? I totally made that up, by the way. Like, why would it be like, no, you cannot have rice past this line?
But this one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly superperson, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door, it's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said.
Good.
Hi,
That's a good
dipshit,
thing.
said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land, said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped moving the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north, finally. Get that squared away.
Oh, so is that what that imaginary rice line was? I'm guessing there was like a whole different faction or country. Was there another country in the north back in the day? Would have been called a country. You know what I'm trying. Brain farts. Brain farts. I have them alive.
A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back and invents the alphabet and causes art and literature to be great for a long time. And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government, here. They let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control. Breaking news, the Mongols have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the
We have samurais, try it!
Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado.
Wait. Is this real life? Did the tornadoes save them? The Mongols, I mean. Or not them. Did it save the Japanese? Goodness. And take out the Mongols.
Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants. That's fine. Now there's more art.
There's
like
so So much
painting
going
with
on.
colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid, so he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it going to be? Vote now on your phones.
The
And
kid.
everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down.
Could
The
be a
shogun
kid.
actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game.
Bro, is that like realistic of how many different sections there were of Japan fighting over each
Knock,
other?
knock. It's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks and guns and Jesus. So that's cool,
Jesus!
but everyone's still fighting each other for control, now with guns. And wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling them? This clan is ready to make a run for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital. And it goes very well.
Good
He's about halfway
job!
through conquering Japan when
I
someone...
mean, the best ideas are typically older ideas or stolen ideas, you know? Good job. Good on you,
who
bro.
works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords and made some rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan.
Dude, how many different leaders have there been? It's like they play hot potato.
And the 5 guys said, yeah, right, it's not going to be this kid, it's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict.
It's
So
confusing.
strict they close the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in. Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry, plays, sexy times, puppet shows, and Dutch
Sexy
studies. People started to
times.
study European science from books they bought from the Dutch. We're talking geography, skeletons, physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity.
All the studies.
Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock, knock. It's the United States.
Uh-oh.
With huge boats, with guns.
We're here.
Gunboats.
Knock, knock.
Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There's really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated
Hey, we're
this.
here,
It
baby, let's
sucks, they
visit.
said. This sucks. And
How's
with almost
everybody
very little
doing?
outside help, they overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again and moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government, which was a lot
Oh, so that's Tokyo now. I gotcha. I saw that little detail, and I picked it up.
more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its
Damn.
previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in
Uh-oh.
out of nowhere and says, stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water.
Uh-oh.
And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, can you maybe
I actually meant upgraded.
chill? And Russia says, how about maybe you chill? Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain.
United
So
States.
Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Russia. Feeling confident, Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop. It's time for World War I. The world is about to have a war, because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are
Look at that.
excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on
More
the list is
power.
this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs
More
to Germany,
power.
which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of
track all
Austria's ass.
this?
Or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan, so you know what that means. Duh, Japan.
It's a vicious
should take
cycle.
the islands, which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know.
Hey,
And
yo,
then they did it.
Britain, can we
And they
take
also
these
helped Britain a
islands?
little here
Let's
and there
go.
with some errands and stuff.
Let's go.
Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan. You technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes,
job.
Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the
Like,
world.
yo,
and he's
Japan,
friends.
let's
also
do
got
this
forwarded to
together.
Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb, ever, just in case. But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii and challenges them to war.
Yeah, they
and they say
spit on
yes.
them.
And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet and are curious to see if it works, so they drop it on Japan.
Twice.
They actually drop 2.
He's like, yeah, let that one sink in.
The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye.
Let's go! Bruh! Let me bring you in, Sauce Gang. Let me bring you in. Dude, that was amazing. I forgot. So it's probably been 10 months to a year. So I know it was rough. I think it was last summer when we reacted to Bill Wurtz's The History of the World, I guess. And I just love the sense of humor he adds in the flair. And it makes it so entertaining and educational at the same time. Yeah, there's so much stuff that I didn't know, and about Japan. And it is just crazy how, like, I didn't know that they shut down their borders for so long, which, I mean, it sounds like it actually helped because it allowed them to, regrow or reinvest in their economy, and it did well. But dude, yeah, I didn't know that. So learn something new every day. And chat, like I said, please let me know in the comments some other history channels. I really want to start doing on Thursday other history reactions. Wednesday night we do Oversimplified. Thursday, let's do something new or another history channel. But Bill Wurtz's History Japan was absolutely insane. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you show Bill Wurtz some love by subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed my reaction, smash that subscribe button because it greatly helps. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, we kind of one another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got my love for the Sauce Gang. Sauce Gang.